If applying for a job's been a headache in the last couple of months, the state of the economy and the job market might not be all to blame. In recent years, more and more job seekers are using AI tools like ChatGPT to craft the perfect resume in just minutes. But is the tool really helping them stand out or making the process more difficult?
Let's bring in our chief business correspondent, Taylor Young. Taylor, I don't think anyone out there actually enjoys the process of applying for jobs, but using AI tools appear at least to be backfiring a little bit. Explain that.
Yeah,
I think it would help.
Yeah, we're at the point where job seekers are extremely discouraged. I mean, they are applying and applying for jobs and not hearing anything back. And on the same note, we're also seeing hiring managers being absolutely overwhelmed because they are being inundated with applications. And really a major contributing factor to this is the fact that AI has kind of snuck its way into the hiring process, which is allowing people to kind of rapid fire off these applications in record time. So let's first look at this shift through the lens of a hiring manager. So say they make a job post on LinkedIn that maybe they know is going to be sought after, maybe hybrid, pays well with a reasonable amount of experience required. Well, that hiring manager is prepared to see a good amount of people apply for that position, especially in this job market today. But what they weren't expecting is to see thousands and thousands of applications submitted within just a few days. Applications that all look pretty legit on the surface. Now imagine having to comb through all of those resumes to whittle it down to just a few candidates. This has absolutely become a growing problem out there. And just to put it into perspective, applications on LinkedIn have reportedly surged by more than 45% in just the last year. I mean, that's 11,000 applications being submitted every single minute. So imagine having to keep up with that.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I'm not having to. That gives me a headache. Any idea of numbers when it comes to how many job seekers are using AI for resumes?
Yeah, we have an idea. So according to a recent report by a recruitment firm called Career Group Companies, it says that 65% of candidates today are using AI at some point in their job application process. Now, the most popular forms of using this is to write their cover letters or to tweak their resumes. But there are many ways that people can use AI in the job process, including creating an image of themselves, a headshot. That can be completely AI. Writing samples can be AI, as well as just job preparation in general. So as a result of this, I mean, hiring managers are not only having to deal with the thousands or hundreds of applications coming through, but now they have to kind of look at each one and say, is this legit? Or is this a resume or cover letter that someone fed through an AI tool that now is making them look a lot more qualified for this job than they really are?
Okay, so how are employers dealing with this? Because Taylor, you reported that they use AI too, right?
They do. So, you know, while AI can be extremely impressive and accurate, I mean, there are signs and inconsistencies that could be seen as a red flag. I mean, we're talking grammatical errors, lack of personality, repetitive language. And so hiring managers are really having to kind of look at all of the resumes and cover letters coming through under like a microscopic lens. And, you know, we're also seeing, as you just mentioned, I mean, now companies are having to use AI tools themselves to then detect if something has been fed through AI. So it's created this weird loop that is really only getting worse, because considering the fact that, I mean, this technology is getting better and better every single day.
This is crazy, using AI against AI.
Yeah.
So how are we seeing, like the big picture here, how are we seeing the rise in using AI affect job seekers though?
I mean, it's not all bad, right? As you mentioned, I mean, no one really enjoys applying for a job. So there are maybe ethical ways. I do think there's a question on what's ethical and what's too far, but there are ways that people can use AI that might be seen as kind of the right way of doing it to really prepare for a job, or to maybe feed their resume through it and just say, hey, is there any grammatical errors here? Did I spell anything wrong? But what this is doing, kind of big picture here, is if you are a qualified candidate applying for a job right now, you are up against a lot of other people who also now look very qualified, maybe even more qualified than you. So unfortunately, some of those people might be kind of lost in the shuffle. So this is an ongoing issue that I think we're going to be talking about for a long time. I mean, AI has been around for a long time, but now I really think it's kind of seeped its way into the job application process. Of course, a lot of companies. So just something to kind of consider when you're applying for jobs and using these kind of tools. It could backfire.
Yeah.
I feel like the answer is to do something personalized. Like if you're sending it out there, send a handwritten thank you note or something like that. Saying thank you for reading my application. Something like that to get their attention.
Makes it stand out.
Right.
That AI can't do.
And I think the old-fashioned way, too, of connections. I mean,
100%.
that's a big way to get your foot in the door. And if someone knows you personally, they know you're not an AI robot who wrote your resume. So
there you go.
That's
We
it.
can confirm Taylor Young is real and also our Chief Business Correspondent. Taylor, thank you.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.